Hi, today is Wednesday, October 18th, 2025, right? 24th. Sorry, not October 18th. Today is 22nd, I think. Yeah, October 22nd, 2025. And tomorrow is the end of the week because we have a company picnic day on Friday, which is 24th, and which is also our payday, right? Usually it's the 25th, but since it's Saturday, company pays us earlier, one day earlier. Sometimes 4 days earlier when there are consecutive holidays. So Friday is really TGIF, right? Maybe a TGIT, right? Thursday. Today, my stock prices are expected to increase. I bought SK Hynix and Jeju Semiconductors. They are all Korean companies. And I wish to have bought more shares of them earlier, but it slipped out of my mind and I was bearish. And instead, I bought Kia Motors, Hyundai Motors, all sorts of other small stocks. But luckily, Kia Motors and Hyundai Motors, they are doing well when it comes to stock prices, and they are expected to increase in their stock prices because yesterday the U.S. and Korea agreed to an investment of 350. Wait a minute. $3,500 billion in the US in exchange for 15% tariff, which sounds like kowtowing to the US demand. We are like a satellite state to the US, but hey, we have to live, right? Without the US support, temporarily our economy would tank and so on. So let's find out find out more about the semiconductor industry, especially foundry, TSMC. The Samsung Electronics, they are not entirely a foundry business. I heard that it's about like 25% of the business in the semiconductor area is a foundry. So let's find out what a foundry is all about. TSMC, probably 100% foundry business. This one is AI generated after searching the resources on 4 websites, including the which is Wall Street Journal, I think. A semiconductor foundry is a specialized factory that manufactures integrated circuits ICs based on designs provided by other companies, right? Samsung, they can design on their own. TSMC, they just, cookie cutter company in the semiconductor industry, right? So let me go over this definition one more time. A semiconductor foundry is a specialized factory that manufactures integrated circuits ICs based on designs provided by other companies. This business model separates chip design from production, allowing fabless companies to focus on innovation, while foundries provide expensive manufacturing facilities. Leading examples of foundries include TSMC and Samsung Foundry. Americans pronounce it Samsung, but it actually is Samsung, or in Chinese, Sanxing. Similar, right? Sanxing became Samsung when our ancestors moved from China like 5,000 or 6,000 years ago. So our ancestors were the mainstream of the Chinese, and we developed the Chinese letters, languages, writing systems, but we just migrated to Korea and we deserted the Chinese characters because they are too fucking difficult, right? So we developed our own writing system, Korean. So basically, China, Korea share the same ancestry, but we forked, our language forked out of the Chinese, difficult Chinese language system, and we developed a beautiful language called Hangul, right? So the pronunciation is different, but basically we share the same Chinese characters. Samsung, Sanxing, or Samsung. But hey, we are all the same people when it comes to the earth. This piece, right? Leading examples of foundries include TSMC and Samsung Foundry. How it works. Design and manufacturing separation. Fabless, right? Fabless companies. Design and manufacturing separation. Companies like AMD or NVIDIA focus on designing chips, but outsource the manufacturing to a foundry. This is different from integrated device manufacturers, IDMs like Intel, which handle both design and production themselves. Right? Samsung also designs, right? Companies like AMD and NVIDIA focus on designing chips, but outsource the manufacturing to a foundry. This is different from integrated device manufacturers, IDMs, like Intel, which handle both design and production themselves. Manufacturing process. A foundry receives chip designs and uses advanced equipment in clean rooms to build the chips by adding and etching layers on silicon wafers. But I thought AMD also manufactures their own chips, but I was wrong, right? They are just IMD, integrated manufacturing, integrate IDM, integrated device manufacturers. Supporting device services. Foundries often provide development kits, PDKs, to help designers adapt their chips to the foundry's technology. Process development kits, PDKs, to help designers adapt their chips to the foundry's technology. Okay, so it's just like a SDK, right, of a software developing companies. SDK, it's just process development kits, PDKs, and they handle their final testing before shipping the wafers to the customer. Supporting services. Why the foundry model is important. Cost efficiency, focus on innovation, access to advanced technology. Cost efficiency. Building and maintaining a semiconductor manufacturing plant, a fab, is extremely expensive. So the foundry, right, manufacturing plant, fab, is extremely expensive. So the factory model allows fabless companies to avoid these massive capital expenditures. Focus on innovation. By outsourcing manufacturing, companies can focus their resources on core competencies like chip design, software development, and market expansion. Access to advanced technology. Customers can access state-of-the-art manufacturing processes from foundries without having to invest in the costly research and development themselves. No IDM, no integrated design manufacturers, right? and the PDKs, fab, fabless, fabless, foundries, AMD, NVIDIA, Intel, integrated device manufacturers. Semiconductor foundry is a specialized factory that manufactures integrated circuits, ICs, based on designs provided by other companies. So TSMC is number one in foundry business, followed by Samsung, right? But Samsung is also IDM, integrated device manufacturer, and also they manufactures Android phones, house appliances, and all sorts of IT equipment, electronics equipment in the world. So we are very proud of it. When Samsung goes down, Korea goes down. When Korea goes down, North Korea and South Korea will have to merge together, get united, and consumed by China or the US, right? Personally, the unified Korea, Japan, China, and Taiwan should get united, or at least they should form like Far Eastern version of European Union or the United States, where mutually defend each other, and we exclusively don't invade the member countries, and we just manage one currency. Maybe we manage separate currencies, but basically borderless, right? It's the collective borders. Well, that's my philosophy. Well, thanks for listening, and have a great Foundry Day. Bye-bye.